Hello, everyone. How wonderful to have you all here today. Thank you so much for joining us in this journey of understanding and reading and reflecting on the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life by the Spirit Emmanuel through Chico Xavier. We are on chapter 48, and it is called Watch Out. And in Jude 10, it says, however, these people speak badly of whatever they do not understand. And concerning what they do not do naturally understand, they corrupt themselves like irrational animals. And Emmanuel goes on to reflect by saying, everywhere we find people who are always ready to make an unseemly and ungrateful comment regarding what they do not know. They are thoughtless and inconstant souls who do not understand life's movement. Thus, they are subjugated by their own unawareness. And they are the ones who, in their instinctive expressions, behave irrationally regarding what they do know. They personally corrupt the most sacred issues. They insult the most benevolent intentions. They ridicule the worthiest achievements. Watch out for the attitudes of these irresponsible complainers. Christ has given us the light of the gospel so that our judgment may not be cold and uninformed. Jesus centered knowledge is the transforming light of life, conferring on us the gift of understanding, the living message of each being, and the meaning of each thing on the infinite pathway. Only those who are aware of their own ignorance, who respect the realm of circumstances unknown to them, are capable of producing perfect fruit with the gift of God that they already have. This chapter makes me think about the importance of watching, observing, being present to what is coming out of ourselves, either through the mouth by spoken words or through the eyes by analyzing things, or also through the thoughts, right? By allowing particular thoughts to be emitted out to the psychosphere. And to know that anything that comes out of us generates a response, and watching, observing, and being diligent in trying to understand and perceive the ideas that are coming out of us, it is something that we should really take in consideration. Um, in this particular reading, I appreciate when Emmanuel says, and they are the ones who in their instinct expressions behave irrationally regarding what they do know. They personally corrupt the most sacred issues. They insult the most benevolent intentions, and they ridicule the worthiest achievements. Um, and it's so interesting because how much how much we can destroy with analyzing and even comments on things that we have no idea about, or perhaps just a little bit of experience. And also, there's another side of this as the ones that are complaining. So now we are in the receiving end of those people complaining. Watch out also for, I would say, not to judge them, right? But to take this lesson as for us only. Know thyself, Know thyself. Know what triggers you. Know what moves you. Know what makes you angry. Know what makes you sad. Know what you are deeply inside. Getting to know our shadows, but also our light is a gift. And putting this into practice is a must in the pathway of evolution. Emmanuel goes on by saying, Christ has given us the light of the gospel so that our judgment may not be cold and uninformed. Jesus centered knowledge is the transforming light of life, conferring on us the gift of understanding the living message of each being and the meaning of each thing on the infinite pathway. So, this understanding, it's throughout eternity, right? The understanding of always stopping, thinking about what it's coming out of us, getting to know ourselves will be something that we will have to constantly do throughout eternity. Perhaps now we have to really think about doing it, right? But it will eventually be second nature. But we must do it, cannot run away from it. And knowing the gospel and behaving on the light of Christ's teachings, then we will, for the most part, we hope not to be cold and uninformed when we make those judgments. And continue on. Emmanuel says, only those who are aware of their own ignorance, who respect the realm of circumstances unknown to them, are capable of producing perfect fruit with the gift of God that they already have. Wow. Goes back to the saying, know thyself. Know thyself. The more we know ourselves, the more we know that we don't know much. The more that we know that we are constantly making mistakes, but we are also putting effort in growing and expanding, right? So the knowledge of knowing ourselves, it's so powerful. It's so needed. It's a must. And the more we get to know ourselves and work on our triggers, and the more we are able to accomplish in certain areas, then we will be capable of producing perfect fruits with the gift of God that they already have, right? So the perfect fruits comes from hard working, comes from developing virtues. And those virtues will eventually come. But in order to get there, we must take first steps, right? Putting one foot in front of the other and trying our best. So always come back to our own center. Always come back to the understanding of always thrive to learn. Who am I? Why am I here? How can I improve? What are the areas in my life that I can expand? What are the areas in my life that I should recycle, right? And asking Jesus to always be with us. That's what we always do so that we can have some more strength and courage, even when things get tiring, and we get tired, and sometimes we lose hope. But let's remember not to lose hope that Jesus is with us, that we can do this, that we are children of God. We have God's DNA inside of us. So the more we observe ourselves, the more we know that when we watch out for the things that we say, the thoughts that we think, what we try to perceive as truth or as wrong, the more we analyze and we pass through those three filters, is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? So, with that being said, let's just close our eyes and ask Jesus to embrace us with his love so that we are able to dive in, not being scared of what we are going to find, but knowing that diving in is the way of awakening, the way to continue to go forward, diving in into our ignorance so that we can expand, we can grow, we can make corrections, we can make adjustments, and we can also recycle. Please, Jesus Christ, give us courage to do so. And be with us, bless our family members, our friends, this wonderful world, the nature, the sky, the ocean, the earth, the birds, the animals, the vegetations, the food that we eat, the water we drink. Bless everyone under the sun. But also we ask to bless our minds, to bless our hearts, to bless ourselves, so that we are continuously working on growing, on making things better. Help us also not to judge others while they too are growing and trying their best. Maybe they're making mistakes, but help us not to focus on them but ourselves. Just focus on perhaps analyzing their actions only so we can bring it back to our lives. And when time comes and we are being called a witness, that we do things differently and we follow Jesus Christ's footsteps and teachings, but not judging our friends, our brothers. And God, please bless the universal family. Thank you so much for everything you have given us, the strength, the hope, the courage, the love. Help us to strengthen our faith with the ups and downs in our lives, seeing life as a duality of the yin and the yang, the good and the bad, the female energy and the male energy, but so important in our lives so that we can grow with it. Help us to take advantage of all of it when we are up, but also when we are down. Thank you so much for Kardec Radio and everyone who participates in this wonderful platform. We bless so that our work can continue to grow, expand, giving strength to all of us that are volunteers and are trying our best to learn together and grow together. Please bless all of us here tonight. Allow us to have a wonderful rest of the Thursday and a wonderful and blessed week. And help us put into practice everything that we learned today as best as possible. Thank you so much. So be it. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you next Thursday.